Billie Piper appeared where the doctor should stand.
But credits won't name her as part of the brand.
A desperate move clinging to legends long past.
No one is fooled. The ratings still fall fast. Dun dun dun.
So we're talking about Doctor Who. I wanted to talk about this. It's technically a little bit like older news now, but I wanted to talk about this for a couple reasons because people know that I get people are worried when I talk about Doctor Who because they're like, oh, you get really like depressed, whatever. I'm not depressed. I would say maybe I'm a little annoyed.
Definitely you're annoyed.
There will be more spoilers than just Billie Piper. So spoilers for anybody who actually cares. And I say anybody, but if we're going to be honest, the last episode had only 2.17 million people overnight. So there's not many of you. But
yeah,
just putting it out there to be nice, okay?
Get ready for spoilers in 3, 2, 1, beep.
Ncuti Gatwa is no more. He is regenerated into Billie Piper.
As far as we know.
Well, they don't introduce her as the doctor. They're just introducing Billie Piper. So they brought back Rose Tyler, and the doctor regenerates into her. Now, I said the doctor, and I'm using air quotes. You just can't see them because I don't have hands. But I have a couple things to say. Because there was some of the... I have not been watching Doctor Who. It's been terrible since Peter Capaldi left. I gave a little bit of a chance. It was awful. I'm not watching it anymore. The doctor is the first black gay doctor. He's crying all the time.
He's wearing a freaking dress. I cannot take you seriously when you're wearing a dress, dude.
Yes, and I want to make very clear, this season was specifically about attacking the audience. They made hashtag RIP Doctor Who a real thing in the show. And they also had one of the main villains of one of the episodes be an incel, and that they called it. They literally had one of the characters announce that it was the planet of the incels. I kid you not.
Master at first thought the line wasn't actually said.
It was actually said in the show, and they had a podcaster, a straight white male podcaster, be a villain at some point. Basically, it was taking shots at a lot of the fans who didn't like the show, and it didn't bring people back to the show, remarkably. I know that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about these last 2 episodes. So it starts off with the doctor dreaming about stuff and whatever. I don't really care. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I haven't watched the full thing because, quite frankly, I don't care. However, when I heard a certain character came back, I had to watch the scene, and I was very disappointed. They brought back a couple characters. They brought back the Rani, who was a female Time Lord from the original classic series, who hasn't been seen in a while. They brought her back, and she bi-generated, just like Ncuti did before, or David Tennant did before. And we'll explain the reason for that in a minute, okay? They give a reason. They explain why bi-generation is a thing now, and you're going to literally facepalm, I'm telling you.
I mean, I certainly facepalmed several times when I heard it.
You might notice on the bottom right corner.
It's a giant skeleton thing.
It's a skeleton that came from like the underworld, but it is actually, for people who are familiar with the classic series, you're going to want to be sitting down for this.
Mm-hmm.
That is Omega.
The god of the Time Lords. Literally the founder of Time Lord Society and the person who discovered time travel.
Omega or Omega, depending on how you pronounce it. But because of the doctor's dreaming energy, they were able to break into the underworld and bring him out. But now, since he's in the another world or whatever, he's now able to transform into actually look like a giant skeleton.
And doesn't he have a craving for Time Lord souls or something?
Yep. And then he just eats one of the Ronnies, just eats them. In the most terrible acting scene I have ever seen in a Doctor Who, and I'm being that honest.
That's actually what she sounded like.
You got cut off.
She sounded like something like...
Got cut off again.
Okay, never mind. But she sounded bad.
Just try it again, but say it less shrilly. Less shrilly! It's not getting picked up at all. You sound like a sheep, though.
I'm trying to move away from the mic.
But yes, so it literally eats one of the Ronnies, and the other one disappears.
The other one disappears because she presses a button on a vortex manipulator.
How convenient. So you think, okay, they bring Omega back. He's this awesome god, bad. How long is he in the episode? 3 minutes.
Literally 3 minutes.
because it conveniently, they have a gun in the same room. Now, there might be some actual reason and explanation for this, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't watch it, so I don't care. But
yeah.
Ncuti Gatwa takes the gun that has
the power of 1,000 supernovas, conveniently contained and emitted in a single laser beam that somehow does not cause mass extinction to everything around it.
But it's okay. He uses it and blasts Omega back in and shuts it. Bringing back Omega after all this time and having him go out in 3 minutes for no reason is dumb. Bringing back the Ronnie, annoying, whatever. They hinted at bringing back Susan, the doctor's daughter, and didn't do it for some reason. Doctor's granddaughter, and didn't do it. But here's what annoyed me the most. They decided to explain bi-generation and also explain it by linking it back to the timeless children. Are you ready for it, guys?
No, you guys aren't. You're not ready for this, but we're going to give it to you anyway.
Why does bi-generation exist now? Well, because ever since the events of the timeless children, all Time Lords are now sterile.
So they have to reproduce through bi-generation.
Yeah.
Isn't that great writing?
I'm kid you not, that is the actual reason
that they give. That is canon. That is the canon explanation that they give.
Also, to add insult to injury, they actually have Ncuti meet up with Jodie Whittaker's doctor. And basically they have a fight over who's the best doctor. And she says that he's the best male doctor and she's the best female doctor. I kid you not.
That is actual dialogue that was exchanged.
But basically, this whole thing with Billie Piper has caused the few people who were left who actually like Doctor Who to go against it as well. They're not happy with this change. And from what we've been told, there's plenty of rumors been flying around about how the show's being shelved, how it's not coming back, how whatever. And honestly, at this point, I'm not sad. I'm not depressed. Honestly, it's okay. Let the show die now. It's fine. Please kill it.
It's already dead. Right now, it's just a living corpse.
I was the best.
Okay, let's say best male. But don't tell the others.
Like the video, break the algorithm spell, share with your crew. Escape life's hell, from spooky memes to advice obscure. Here's your dark solace of humor as a cure.